What are you waiting for? That one was to myself. I'll ask you. What are you actually waiting for? Don't wait. I could end the video there. I won't. Don't wait. Do not wait. Waiting is... actually... Don't, if you want to improve yourself, if you're aware that you want to do something else, that's your mind saying it's time. It's not this thing that's like, oh, I think I could, I could do this, and let me get myself let me get myself to a place where I could go do that. It's like, nothing is going to beat actually going and doing it. If you want to live, if you want to live I want to live in Europe, right? So I should go live in Europe. Right now I want to live in New York City, so I'm going to go live in New York City. You know what I mean? Don't wait. The other side of waiting is not all that you think it is. Like, people think there's no price in hesitation and that all the price is in action. Couldn't be further from the truth. That's if you're just living in the past. If you're like, I'm not going to wait, I'm going to go do this thing, turns out to be this complete mistake, and you can be honest with yourself, right there you've proved the importance of not waiting, because now every action that you take from here on out is going to be with the context of what you learned. But if you say, I'm going to wait, I'm gonna just sit here and you're actually practicing hesitance. You're practicing being exactly where you are. You're practicing comfort. So the discomfort's just gonna feel more uncomfortable. And that's okay. You can get through it. It's just that, after college, I think I wanted to move to a city, right? I lived in Philadelphia for 4 years, going to Temple University. And, after college, I wanted to go to the city because I wanted to, kind of start my life and find my independence. This ring light's really, really, I don't know if it's all that necessary. It's for my face for it to look like the sun is, I'm having staring contests with the sun. I wanted to move to a city, and that city I thought was Philadelphia or New York. I was kind of going all over the place with career moves. But I kind of waited and stayed at home, and that's okay. That is okay in this economy. That is okay. And I still, I didn't fully just stay out of, I did everything I wanted to do. I pursued acting. I didn't wait on that. I did everything I could. I started making videos at home. I didn't wait on that. I started making my own music. I didn't wait on that. I started putting out these videos because I like talking about this, and what am I going to wait for? Someone to have a podcast, you know what I mean? I'm just going to, if I feel called to something, I'm not going to wait. But that particularly, I found that I could really do that in my creative life, because I felt like it was almost outside of myself, whereas I was so attached to maybe who I was or who I think I still am in my personal life, that that I didn't make that move. And now I'm really, really, I've had waves of not desperation, but real motivation to move. And you can't wait. You cannot wait, because, there are real concerns. Like, you could get hurt doing something you could get hurt doing something and not waiting. So I'm not talking about it's tricky, man. It's tricky because you look at car accidents and it's like the same 2 seconds of hesitation could have saved your life if you just went through and took action. And there's that, I don't know if it's true, but it's like most, not that aggressive drivers, but confident drivers cause less accidents. Makes sense. They just say, okay, I'm just going to get myself out of it, I'm just saying that, time passes and things just fester, things build. And sometimes you're not even aware of them. if you feel called to a certain surrounding, you say, I have to, for me, it's like I have to get to the city. I have to get to the place where young people are creating art, and in the fields that I think I want to be in, but also in these other fields and where they're living life on their own terms. I'm someone who really, really, for a while, and there's parts of me that still does. I'm a big there's parts of me guy. But there's parts of me as a nuanced person who I say, yeah, I want to listen to not ancient, but wisdom from the past. I think it's very important. But there's also a degree, man, you are you, and you can't live on anybody else's dime. You can't wait for them to tell you that what you've wanted to do this whole time is okay to do now. You got to go figure that out for yourself, dude. Everybody that we admire, not that it really matters, we're all people, none of us superior or inferior, but all the people we really admire, the people we're attracted to most, say, no, it's I'll listen to what you have to say. I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared of an opinion that might differentiate from my own, might challenge my own. It's like, no, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be present with it, and I'm going to say, I think this works best for me right now, and then go, and then don't wait. But this process of waiting, you can build a false sense of self, and you can look at pain, and your mind's really clever because your mind doesn't want to be in pain. And at least my mind has sometimes tried to paint me as superior so that I didn't feel so inferior. It latched onto things that maybe I didn't truly believe in or I didn't truly sit with. They were convenient. They were convenient, and they made me feel good about myself. And for a long time, I didn't even realize that I was doing them. You look back and you're like, maybe there was a hint. I don't know. All I can focus on is right now saying, this is what I believe. This is what I think. This is what I think is the way right now. And we do have that power to step into, that's how we're wired. That's deep down, that's what we want to do. Every time you have the urge to do something, it's your soul saying, hey, I'm still here and I'm ready to go. You think all this dormancy has made me, has weakened me. It may have, but you can also at any point step into your power and say, I'm doing this right now. And just, people call it reinventing themselves. It's really just, it's just making life easier. It's just saying, no, I know this is inside of me for whatever reason in the past that we don't have to be concerned with right now. In this present moment, I can step up to the plate and say, you know what? I want action, because action is what life is built on. Literally experiences, and I think, sometimes that hesitancy feels really comfortable, right? But how? What are you so afraid of? You're going to die. And that is a context that I bring up a lot. And for some people, they've lived their whole lives on the idea that there's life after death. I think that, I think it's a strong decision to try to express yourself in every way you can here, in the best way, in the healthiest way, in the way that's going to give you the most peace consistently and the most fulfillment and the most, and yeah, what's going to feel not the simplest. It's not about it being simple or easy. It's just about it being peaceful, because I don't know, we can all go do something that's exhilarating, but then we feel bored after, and feeling bored makes us feel shitty, so we go do something exhilarating again, and then all of a sudden, are you living or are you just surviving? I think that's the thing, is we want to thrive, we don't want to survive. But the good news is you have survived. You have. No one can take that away from you. And if they do, it's, who gives it, it's not. So that's what I mean, is don't wait to thrive. You know exactly what you need to do to thrive. You just need to you've always known what you need to do to thrive. You just go and you be you. And you don't check your shoulder to see that it's okay from whoever it is you've been checking your shoulder for. You don't go and say, is this fine? No, you listen to the divine, like literally you listen to all of the divinity that you possess, your body, and you just sit in the calm and you say, and you just be, and that energy is enough. Yeah, it has to be you. It has to be you. Trust me, if it's not you, you will destroy, you will create images of others and then they will be destroyed. And you'll have to be the one that experiences the pain. They're not gonna experience the pain because they're just them. But you'll continue, if you're always looking for something in your life to show you what's okay and when you should act and why you should act and how you should act, and you're not gonna listen to yourself, then one day it's gonna boom, hit you in the face and you're like, well, I didn't actually want to do that, but I did it, and now you feel trapped, but still, even though, like I said, you survived, you're not trapped. There's a lot of action you can take right now, right this second. I'm gonna nap so I can take action towards healing myself from norovirus. But I do love you. I think it was norovirus. I do love you. And I love me. And I think we're gonna get to a point where we thrive together. And we're actually never gonna reach the point. I could talk forever. We're actually never gonna reach the point, but we're going to get damn close by trying. Yeah.